Hey guys, welcome back to Eric Reacts with Season 6, Episode 2 of Game of Thrones. This is titled Home, so I hope we get some resolution on what is happening with Jon. If his flesh starts rotting, it'll probably be too late to revive him, I'm guessing. Who knows though. One thing I realized but forgot to mention is that Bran can tell Sansa that Arya is alive. So yay! But they're all gonna head up to Castle Black. The timing on that is a little tricky. Like, what happens if they arrive after the wildlings and Jon is still dead? Where do they go then? Melisandre also needs to snap out of it and use her powers, though. And the wildlings, I hope they kill Thorne. His time is up. I'm done with him. Arya is going to continue training against the Waif. Tyrion will continue to try and rule, perhaps try to take action against the Sons of the Harpy. I don't know how willing Daenerys' army will be to listen to him, though. Still not sure how much Missandei and Grey Worm trust him. We'll probably get more of the Sparrow action too. Cersei is freed and has Jaime back now. And the Sparrow isn't an immediate threat to them anymore, but they still need to start planning against them and the High Sparrow. But yeah, I'm excited to get started. Let's go.
It's my father.
Which one?
My Uncle Benjamin.
Oh.
Or I'll ring your head like a bell.
That's exactly what Jon said. Willis.
Hodor?
But he's got giant's blood, and you've got training.
Hodor.
And lures it when he's going to dodge my lady. Hodor talks.
He forced him out.
What happened?
PTSD.
Hodor.
She actually looks a little like Yara from certain angles.
Brandon's.
Nobody needs to die tonight.
Pretty sure someone's gonna die
Never been
tonight.
much of a fighter.
But you're gonna take Longclaw?
Apologies for what you're about to see.
Come on, Ed. Where are you, Ed? Knock, knock. 1-1! They're not gonna fight them. They just saw a freaking giant, man. Oh, yeah, you're done. Weapons down.
She sees it, and I swear to the gods, she licks her lips. Well, you all know me. You know I wouldn't lie about this.
Oh, yes, you would. Oh.
You're barring me from attending my own daughter's funeral.
Forgive me, Your Grace. By the King's command, I cannot let you pass.
That sucks, though, missing your daughter's funeral. But it's not worth killing Tommen's men.
He told me she wouldn't be allowed in the Sept.
Oh.
If she had tried.
I'm not putting your mother in a cell ever again.
When the Faith militant seized her and Marjorie, what did I do?
Oh, he can't face
They
them.
parade.
You would spill blood in this holy place.
Well, the gods won't mind. They spill more blood than the rest of us combined.
True.
Go on then. I deserve it. We all do.
I'm glad to see you.
You're not even looking at him.
I should have executed all of them. You raised me to be strong, and I wasn't. But I want to be. Help me.
I do not make dwarf jokes.
You think them?
So,
I do not make dwarf jokes.
the fleet. The masters have retaken both cities. Outside of Marine, the whole of Slavers Bay has returned to the slavers.
Dragons do not do well in captivity.
How do you know this?
That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
I drink and I know things. Hi, guys. Friend. Friend. Oh.
I'm here to help. Don't eat the help.
Don't need the help.
The lost dragon had died a century ago.
And
Cried
yet.
myself to sleep that night.
Aww.
But here you are.
My turn, my turn. Oh, he turned around like, yo, come on, come on, come on. He's like walking as fast as he can. Don't wanna be here anymore.
Next time I have an idea like that, punch me in the face.
What's your name?
Ow. She's going without fear though. She's not like cowering and hiding. She gone. She gone.
If a girl says her name, a man will let her sleep under a roof tonight.
A girl has no name.
If a girl says her name, a man will give her eyes back.
That's confirmation he can do that. Oh, this is a test, isn't it?
A girl is not a beggar anymore.
What is she?
Storm the castle, kill Jon Snow.
Murder the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch.
He dead already.
You'd unite every house in the north against us.
Lady Walder has given birth. A boy. Red-cheeked and healthy.
Uh-oh.
My congratulations, Lord Bolton. Congratulations, Father. I look forward to meeting my new brother.
What'd you expect? Yeah, that's what you get for playing with Ramsay like that. Karstark is fine with it.
How did he die?
Poisoned by his enemies.
You're talking to your lord. Use respect.
Damn.
Forgive me, my lord.
May I hold him?
Of course.
Ooh, she was scared to hand him over.
Lord Bolton sent for us. Have you seen him?
I am Lord Bolton. The kennels.
She didn't want to leave him, he didn't want to leave her.
Arya. She's alive.
You don't know which way she went. I spent 3 days looking for her. She wasn't exactly dressed like a lady. No, she wouldn't be.
Of course she wouldn't.
Once we're with Jon, Ramsay won't be able to touch us.
Jon will have me killed the moment I step through the gate.
I won't let him. I'll tell him the truth about Bran and Rickon.
What about Robb?
And the truth about the farm boys I killed in their place. And the truth about Sir Roderick, who I beheaded. And the truth about Robb, who I betrayed.
He's not...
You're not coming with us?
She's scared, look at that.
Deepwood Motte was our last stronghold on the mainland.
Then we will take more.
Why? For more pine cones and rocks?
Because I order it.
We can defeat anyone at sea. The last time we provoked them too far, I watched from that window as they breached our walls and knocked down our towers. I lost 2 brothers that day.
And I lost 3 sons. When you rule the Iron Islands, you can wage all the peace you want, but for now, shut your mouth and obey, or I will make another heir who will.
I'm sick of Balon Greyjoy, and we haven't seen him in seasons, and the first time I see him, I want him gone. Oh, what if he has a unfortunate accident here? This bridge doesn't look too sturdy, and it's windy.
Fool, move aside for your king.
Haven't I always, brother?
Brother. Oh, he actually kind of looks like Theon from this, with a beard.
I don't mock the drowned god. I am the drowned god.
Oh.
From Old Town to Karth, when men see my sails.
What kind of an Ironborn loses his senses during a storm?
I am the storm, brother. The first storm and the last.
Okay. That was fast.
My father would have wanted me to rule.
Your father does not get to choose. The law is clear.
Huh. Revive Jon!
It's about the Lord Commander.
The former Lord Commander.
Does he have to be? I saw you drink poison that should have killed you.
He's giving her a pep talk.
Birth to a demon made of shadows.
You saw Jon Snow fighting at
All
Winterfell.
along. The Lord never spoke to me.
Fuck them then. Fuck all of them. I'm not asking the Lord of Light for help. I'm asking the woman who showed me that miracles exist.
Why do you need to cut his hair? Thoros just spoke the words. Does he? She knows something? I guess her methods are a little different. They wouldn't tease us like this if he wasn't coming back. Got my hopes up for nothing. I like Jon. Come on. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up now. They're lingering on the... Ghost. Ghost noticed something. Of course. They had to shock us into it like that. Jump scare. Alright, Jon's back. Jon Snow is back. Alright guys, another great episode, and what a start to the episode with a reintroduction to Bran. The actor looks like he's hit puberty. He looks a lot different than he did before, but we got to see him looking into the past, and it's interesting that his eyes do the same thing they do when he wargs. I don't know if we knew that in the past, but yeah, he sees Ned and Benjen training, overseen by a man that I have to assume is Roderick. And what a great touch that Ned says to Benjen, what Jon later says to Ollie, like, keep your shield up or I'll ring your head like a bell. We don't get too much of a sense of what Ned taught Jon in his youth because they only had a few scenes together. Obviously, both of them were very honorable, but this tiny little scene, this tiny detail is a great way of starting to show it a little bit. I wonder how much cool stuff Bran has seen, even though he says that this is the first time he's been shown something he's actually interested in. There goes my theory that he's been busy like binging season 1 to 5 of Game of Thrones in that cave. We also got to see a little bit of Lyanna, though, and Willis, who will later go on to be Hodor. He's actually able to speak at this point in time, so I'm really curious what happened to him. I have a feeling it's going to be very emotional, like a gut punch, and I think he probably got PTSD at some point from something. I like the limitations on Bran's powers, though. Warg too long and you get lost in the animal and forget who you are. Get too wrapped up in a vision of the past or the future and you might never want to leave. And yeah, I think that's a good limit to have. And Mira seems to be getting fed up with her time there. She feels like she's wasting her time out here. And how are they getting food? Is she hunting? Are the children providing it? One thing I noticed this episode, though, is that from certain angles, Mira and Yara sort of resemble each other, like a little bit. I don't know if it's because we haven't seen Mira for a while and her actress looks a little different, but I don't know. But anyway, back at Castle Black, Ed arrives with the wildlings just in time. They were just about to get through to Davos and the others when 1-1 just breaks down the door to Castle Black. I love that everyone just froze. They knew there was just no way they could have won. But yeah, how many people were going to just follow Alistair's lead, though? Can Jon trust any of them now that he's back? I wouldn't. But executing all of them would mean having even less men to defend the wall, though, so I don't see that being a good idea. Maybe just a select few. But then Tormund was going to build a pyre for Jon, and if I'm right about Jon being Lyanna and Rhaegar's son, and he happens to be a dragon just like Rhaegar, would he even burn on a pyre? I'm not sure. And then he possibly could have gotten brought back to life by the White Walkers. That would have been bad. But the guy who flashed Cersei on her walk back to the Red Keep was bragging about exposing himself to her. The mountain shows up and crushes his skull like it's nothing. Almost as effortlessly as 1-1 did to that archer that shot him. So very impressive. Tommen is playing this game pretty scared. Not letting Cersei go to Marcella's funeral. That is pretty rough. He seems to have a slightly better sense of who his mother is, because he suspects Cersei of killing Trystane. Totally something she would do. But he feels useless and powerless, ashamed he couldn't protect her and Marjorie. And then the High Sparrow and Jaime have a face-to-face, and Jaime pretty much dares the High Sparrow to have him arrested for his sins. But that's not in the High Sparrow's plans. Jaime wasn't willing to give his life to kill the High Sparrow either. And I think Jaime's a little shaken up after that. He hasn't had had to face off against someone like that, like the High Sparrow. And yeah, the High Sparrow was okay with dying. He thinks he deserves it, as all people do. And I'm just like, what is the point of living life like that? If the gods make it so that it is literally impossible to live without sin and everybody deserves death, what is the point of following the gods? My mind is just do not understand. Tyrion is having trouble ruling, but yeah, I don't see anyone else capable of doing it right now. Astapor and Yunkai have stopped asking for aid, which, yay, but it's because they've been retaken by the Masters. Daenerys going missing kind of hits the reset button on Essos, but I'm waiting for her to take control of the Dothraki somehow and just take care of Essos permanently so she can move on to Westeros. It's been almost 6 seasons and she hasn't even sniffed Westeros, and her ships are now gone, so is she not going to get here until season 8? That's going to be really annoying. But Tyrion knows that the dragons do not do well in captivity. They just kept getting smaller and smaller, but how does Tyrion know this? He drinks and he knows things. That's all that he does. But he talks about wanting a dragon when his uncle asked him what he wanted for his name day. Does he have more uncles, or does he mean Kevin Lannister? So Kevin seems like an okay guy, but the dragons are smart. They recognize that Tyrion was here for what Tyrion was here for, and let him unchain them. He was kind of petrified though. Next time I have an idea like that, punch me in the face. What a great line. But yeah, what I was saying before about Daenerys, I'm in a rush for Daenerys to get to Westeros. I'm kind of not. Like, it makes, for political sense, it makes more sense for her to stay here. But for the sake of the show, I want to see her in Westeros. Arya continues to be brave and to try to fight the waif, is that how you pronounce it, waif? Even without her sight. If I haven't made enough Daredevil references, she is now the girl without fear. But Jaqen comes after the waif leaves, confirming that this was training and not that there was ever that much doubt about that. But he claims he can give her eyesight back, which, looking forward to that. And then we had some scenes back in Winterfell with the Boltons. The Karstarks are loyal to the Boltons now. Makes sense given what happened to Robb. But they also mentioned having the Umbers on their side. I'm not sure if they were saying that like theoretically or hypothetically, or if they've already got them on their side. I hope that's not the case, because Rickon and Asha are there. I don't see a reason why they would betray. Did Greatjon die at some point? I don't remember anything like happening to him. But yeah, when Roose gets the news that Walda has given birth to a boy, way to go being there for your son's birth, by the way. Father of the Year. He actually looks at Ramsay like expectantly, like knowing that it must kill Ramsay to not have a secure hold as his heir, and wanting to like revel in it a little bit. He's just like, do you have anything to say about my son's birth? And Ramsay plays along for a bit. It's like, congratulations, stab. Yay, I guess. I'm kind of glad Roose is dead, but Ramsay is not a great replacement, and I kind of wanted someone from the Stark side to get Roose themselves. But Ramsay is going to be more dangerous to everybody this way, so this is going to be rough. But meanwhile, Brienne told Sansa that Arya is still alive somewhere, and they're just getting caught up a little and deciding a plan of action. And Theon thinks Pod and Brienne will be enough to bring Sansa to the Castle Black, and believes that his place isn't by her side. I guess he doesn't think he deserves it, I guess. He regrets everything he did. Actually, now that I think about it, does Arya not know what he did? I feel like if she did, he would be on her list too. But for now, he's headed back to the Iron Islands. Bad timing to go back. Balon is a horrible leader. His type of leadership is one of the ones I hate the most. If you've followed along from the beginning with my reactions to Game of Thrones, you might have heard me talking about how much I hate being told what to do. And it's so much worse when the reason is because I said so. And that's Balon's leadership styles. I was just like, please get blown off the bridge and die. But he meets Euron Greyjoy on this bridge. I guess the wind did push him off, since Euron Greyjoy said he was the storm. But Euron actually looks a lot like Theon, in that lighting at least. An older Theon with a beard. But he has a severe god complex. He refers to himself as the ground god. When asked what Ironborn loses their senses during a storm, he says he is the storm. I can't tell if he's trying to be cool or if he actually believes those things. I don't think... I think those lines were actually like pretty corny. I was just like, really? Really, man? But Yara is the rightful heir if you're counting by inheritance rules, but the Iron Islands don't seem to go that way. I don't know what will happen with Euron and Yara. I'm guessing based on the rules of paying the iron price that anyone with a claim to the throne will have to fight it out maybe, so we might have that next episode or a couple episodes from now. And then back at Castle Black, Davos is surprisingly loyal to Jon. I'm not sure why exactly. The blood magic he frowns upon so heavily, he doesn't care if it's used as long as it's to revive Jon. I think, like, Davos even seems like desperate. And I thought about why that could be. Stannis clearly saw something in Jon, so maybe Davos is following along in that regard. We know he was eventually somewhat okay with using blood magic to get Stannis on the throne in the ends justify the means sort of way. Maybe he sees himself in Jon a little. Maybe he knows that having such an honorable man alive is important to the future of the realm, especially with the wildlings owing him their lives. Maybe Davos thinks it's wrong for an honorable man to die this way to a bunch of backstabbers. Maybe he even sees a bit of Mathos in Jon. Yeah, there are a lot of possibilities, but none of them stand out to me like, oh yeah, that's definitely it. Which I guess could be the point. There are just like too many reasons he'd want Jon alive. And then Melisandre's revival procedure is vastly different from Thoros's, which is interesting. I love how as Melisandre is losing her faith, like Davos is the one giving her like a pep talk. Oh, you never saw the Lord's visions? Fuck him then. We all need that hype man like Davos in our lives. But everyone starts exiting the room after a few moments thinking it didn't work. I really want to see the next sequence play out like as a comedic scene where everybody like loses their mind when he finds out he's alive. We know, or his body disappears and people are looking for him everywhere. We know that animals are sometimes more in tune with things that are about to happen. In real life, they know when earthquakes are coming before we do. And in the show, we saw them bark at the White Walkers in Hardhome, the dogs at least. And now Ghost could tell that Jon was waking up before he actually woke up. And of course, Jon had to wake up all of a sudden and like give me a jump scare. Like, of course. I wonder if this will give Melisandre some of her faith back, though. No one knows her role in Shireen's death yet, but yeah, I don't know how that's gonna all play out. There's a lot of things going around right now, but big question is, can Jon just leave now? I've wished he could leave just like a bunch of times, but the Night's Watch vow says he must live and die at his post. So he's lived and he's died at his post. So does it matter that he came back to life? Can he just go now? I really like him to like go on some fun adventures, like take a vacation somewhere warmer than freezing. Also probably like take back Winterfell. But yeah, for this episode, I'm going to give it 3.5 direwolves. It was a lot of fun. Nice to see Jon come back. I was like 95% sure Jon was coming back. It just didn't feel like a proper conclusion to his story. And it wasn't... I feel like if he dies, it'll have to be like a very hugely emotional moment like it was with Ned's. Or shocking in a way like the Red Wedding, or Oberyn. This one didn't feel shocking, and like his death in this show at the end of last season wasn't like shocking enough. But anyway, guys, yeah, 3.5 direwolves. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you want to watch the next 3 episodes right now, make sure to check out the early access option on Patreon in the link in the description below or over here. Thanks for watching. Bye, friends.